And Dented Skull. Well, good evening, guys.
How's it going? How's it going? Good to be here.
Welcome, welcome.
Always happy to be here, guys. I'm really looking forward to this one. After a remarkable Tier 1 race, with only one safety car, can we carry on the momentum for tonight?
Well, I definitely believe so.
Certainly hope so. We'll
Certainly,
give for a good flow tonight.
Certainly hope so indeed. So we will be having 19 drivers on the grid, short qualifying. And let's see who has the pace to put his car in pole position for this race, guys.
Doesn't seem like anybody's gone out yet. I think they're still playing around with their setups a bit. I find this track to be a very, very finicky track for tyres. You have to be spot on with your tyre temperatures. Yeah.
Have to be spot on. Have to avoid some curves. Might be slippery at times, and we will be seeing drivers spinning off at times. Hopefully we can avoid that.
Got an Aston Martin out here.
Aston Martin going out on track, so that will it be the toy or will it be Saki Biena? It will be the toy. First car out on track. Putting out the display to see how many cars are on track. So we have an Aston Martin, a Ferrari, followed by Alfa Romeo. Yes, indeed. Dan Tyler also out on track. And guys, well, look at this. Never fails to amuse and surprise the Dark Fox out on a set of intermediates.
What is going on there?
Dark Fox having a little bit of a challenge for himself here on the intermediates. Maybe playing around, getting a feel for the track. Only time will tell.
Maybe warming up the gearbox.
Warming up the gearbox, as indicated by the spark plug. So we will be spectating the toy as he was the first driver out on track, weaving back and forth, getting some temps into the tires, making his way into the last sector. And this is going to be crucial. Who can get away on pole position, guys? Who's your money on, Dent?
This is going to be interesting. I think.
Well, my money is going to be on a Dark Fox if he puts on socks.
No, but let's see if he lives up to the challenge of skipping qualifying completely and starting from the back. So I would put my money between Striking Chief, and I've got high hopes for JD for tonight's race. So let's see what he can do. Beans is quite quick. He was quite quick in our last race. So let's see if he can follow through with the momentum on Netherlands.
Let's not forget what the Beans was able to accomplish in his debut race. He was in a podium position. We had Dark Fox going quickest in the first sector, but let's not forget he was the first car out, 2 set at a time. Yellow flags down in sector 1. Maybe drivers just warming up the tires. The toy on a 50.4 on his first flyer. Currently running on the toy. What kind of times can he produce? Will he be the first driver into the 1 minute 11s? Right, into the banking corner now. Gets down to the throttle. DRS wide open. It's 1 minute 10, 11, 12, 1 minute 12.3, and that will be the first time on the board. He will be followed by
Dan Tyler. Dan Tyler just went out behind him. Dan Tyler is coming down the pit straight now.
Running on a 151.6 on his second sector, 114.3. That'll be no good. That will not be enough to keep him in second position at this moment. We do have a lot of drivers out on track. Next to cross the line will be Mr. Sniper?
Oh, what happened to Striking Chief?
We have yellow flags down in the sector 3 in the banking corner, and that is qualifying over for Striking Chief. Having high hopes for him there, Dent?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I think he would have been able to put in quite a quick time.
And look at the Dark Fox, 1 minute 15.1 on the intermediate tires. Not a bad time from him on intermediates.
That's not bad. That's really not bad.
Right. So we have Slayer in his Haas, putting him on the second on P2 for the moment on a 113.2. Following down the main straight, we will have the Mechanic on his outlap, followed by, is that a Mercedes? Yes, it is, of Dominant Racer currently running in P7.
Mr. Sniper just had his fun.
MGST's just started a lap, but I'm not sure if he's going, if it's an in lap or if it's a hot lap. Let's see if he puts his foot down. No, that's not a hot lap.
New Avenger on setting on his way for a new hot lap. Slayer dives into the pits. We have a Red Bull. That will be the Dark Fox. Jumping into the pits. Maybe had enough of these set of intermediates. What is the Dark Fox up to? Parking his car.
On the pit entry.
On the pit entry, not going out. Having a little bit of donuts.
What is he doing?
Showing the crowd a little bit of reverse driving down the grid. That will be a disqualifying from the session. And the Dark Fox playing some mind games.
I think he's accepted my challenge.
Accepting the challenge, he will be starting at the back of this grid, being disqualified from the session. And we have drivers jumping into the pits now.
Okay, JD's on his outlap now, so let's see what he can do.
JD on his outlap. The toy improving his time? No, he's in the pits. The mechanic is currently second quickest, followed by MGST. The Firehawk puts his car into P4. Slayer dropping down the order, and JD is on a outlap.
Oh, where's the Beans? He's also on his hot lap now, currently.
The Beans on a hot lap, and he did go purple sector 1.
Yeah, that's fast.
Right, so we are racing on Mr. Where is the Beans? Might have had a little bit of a moment there. Currently he's down on his time, running on a 1:57 before finishing sector 2, going into sector 3, and they might have had a moment there, guys.
JD's just started his hot lap.
Oh, where's the Beans? Just put in a purple sector 2 now.
Oh goodness.
Where's the Beans will not be on a very good time here, currently running on a 1 minute 17.
Oh.
He will have to save ERS and go out once again. JD spectating on him, purple sector 1, a 1:25.2.
Like, yeah, he's having a very good sector 1. I've been spectating since the start.
Yellow flags down in the first sector. Second sector, JD. Can he put this car up the order? Running P15 into at the moment, not having a time. Sector 2 time will be a 1:50.8, not a fast at sector 2. Coming into the last sector.
Took that corner nicely, very nice.
Down on the throttle, avoiding the curb, runs a little bit wide, down on the throttle, into the banking turn.
Yeah,
keeps it nice and tight.
It's going to be a 111. It's going to be in the 11s.
No, is it?
No.
12.
Oh, no.
Only good enough for currently P4. Not a bad lap from him, but the times will be dropping as qualifying continues.
I think that is very good for a reference lap. So now he can know where he's making up time and not.
The Firehawk, 2.5 seconds up on his time. No improvements. Will be staying P6 momentarily, but let's not forget he's on 3-lap old softs. He will dive into the pits, slap on a new set of softs, and maybe he can push his car up the order.
Where's the Beans? No, it's a little bit slow there.
Where's the Beans?
1:14.5.
Currently, he goes from P14 to P11. A little bit of an improvement up on his time, but still running out of the top 10. Right, so we have Skullraiser jumping into the pits, followed by the Mercedes of Dominant Racer jumping into the pits as well, followed by the AlphaTauri of will be New Avenger diving into the pits as well. Right, we will be followed by JD, who will
what is JD doing?
going out on another lap, but this will be no good as he is currently running on 0% ERS. Maybe bringing the car into the pits after this lap. Right, MGST diving out of the pits for a new outlap. The mechanic in the pits. Who's having a hot lap, guys?
The toy, he invalidated his lap. Currently
right.
JD and Firefox, but it looks like Firefox.
Slayer's on a lap.
Slayer, let's spectate, see what he's up to. Currently running on a 1 minute 10, 11 down the straight. This will be no good. Only good enough to keep himself in P7. No improvements from him.
Dan Tyler's in Sector 3. Oh no, sorry, that is...
And we have Humidifier in the chat saying hello. Good evening to you, good sir, and welcome to the stream. Already we have the Beans fans in the chat saying, let's go Beans from the Danny. Can he keep the momentum up from his debut podium in Mexico?
We've got Dan Tyler and we've got Carefree on hot laps here. Van Vieren also. She's gone through Sector 2.
Right. Jumping to NGST, is it? Yes. Currently running in the 2 minutes. He will be going off for a new hot lap right about... Nope. What's he doing? Not too sure. Jumping down to the Alpine of Giottosi. He's currently starting a new hot lap right now. And guys, no drivers into the 1 minute 11. Everyone's sitting on a 1 minute 12s from the top 1 to top 5. Down to 1 minute 13s, 14s, 15s, 19s and 33. Drivers yet to set a lap. Saki Biene and Giottosi. Will we see drivers pushing into the 1 minute 11s?
Yeah, I think that time has dropped. I think we got a lot more grip on the track here, so I think we should start seeing a few drivers going into the 111s.
Drivers currently struggling out on track. Prego Roll is currently on his new hot lap. Let's see what his time will be running into. Right, coming out of the first sector right about now, it is a purple to push that car up the order. Running on Prego Roll. Will he have the pace to jump into the top 5? Time will tell.
Let's have a look here.
Out of sector 2 he comes now on a 150.5. No good for a fastest sector, but it's not a bad lap thus far. Coming into the final corners. Can he keep it on track? Runs, doesn't run wide. Banking corner keeps it nice and tidy. Puts down the throttle. 1, 9, 10, 11, 1 minute 12.
Oh.
Pushes himself up to P3. Great improvement by Prego Roll, but not good enough for P1.
Okay, Avenger on a hot lap, but he's not improving. Sniper's improved his time by 3/10, but yeah, that's still going to keep him in the 14s.
Dominant Racer shooting up from P15 to P6 for a 1 minute 12.6. No drivers into the 1 minute 11s, guys.
We've got a horse.
We have the toy. He's currently improving on his time. Did he keep it together in the final sector? Will it be? Yes, he does improve his time for a new fastest lap. A 1 minute 12 point, almost 3. Not a bad lap from the toy. Currently on provisional pole.
Yeah, we've got JD on out lap now. Let's see if he can improve on that final corner. I think that's where he must have lost about a half a second there on the final corner.
Right, Van Vieren dives into the pits. He will be followed by MGST. No improvements on his time as well. He will be followed by the Red Bull of Skull Razor, currently running on a 10, 11. Into the pits he goes. Then next will be the Alfa Romeo of Prego into the pits. Alpine of... Not the mechanic. Is it the Alpine?
Oh, Dan Tyler just had a spun, but I think that's hot tires.
Right, so we are spectating on the mechanic, who will be diving into the pits, followed by the AlphaTauri and the Aston Martin of...
Beans is on the outlap.
Not Carefree. This will be Dominant Racer. No improvements on his time. Dives into the pits, followed by the Haas of Mr. Sniper. Will dive into the pits. The Ferrari of JD. No, in the garage. Dan Tyler having a moment into the last sector, and he will be looking to dive into the pits as well. Guys, Everyone will be set for one more hot lap.
Yeah, last 3 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Time is ticking and this qualifying session is almost over. Will anyone be able to beat the time of the toy of a 1 minute 12.2, followed by the mechanic, Prego Roll, and Skull Razor?
Okay, Beans is on a hot lap. Let's see if he can improve.
MM Slayer also currently no hot lap, dives into the pits. He will be followed by Carefree View, currently doing a hot lap. No, this is a 2 minute 14. This will be no good.
Beans has improved sector 1 by 1.5 tenths.
So Beans down on his time. Can he keep it together? Struggling to keep that car under control, battling to keep the car into a straight line, runs it a bit wide. That will cost him a little bit of time. So where is the Beans? Where can he put his car? Currently running in P15.
4 tenths.
4 tenths down on his time. This will be an improvement. Can he keep it together into the final corners and push that car up the order?
So far, this will only be good enough for 13th place.
Little bit slow to get onto the accelerator, runs it a bit wide. 13, 14, he pushes himself up to P13 as predicted by Dented Skull, and that will be no good at a starting position of P13 thus far. Does he have enough time to put on a new set of softs? No, he will not. So if no one outqualifies Beans, he will restart this Grand Prix in 13th place. Right, out on track we have Prego Roll, currently on a hot lap, but he's already down on his time. 2 minutes 14. He will have to go again, followed by the Firehawk. Will he have enough ERS to complete another lap? Don't think so. Think he will be running out. Right, the mechanic, a 1 minute 12.5, still currently in P2.
Prego is pushing.
Prego pushing on his outlap.
Improving. It's improved by half a tenth. He's going to have to give a monster. Oh, that was only on the first sector. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Into the pits Beans goes. Mr. Sniper will be starting a new hot lap right about now. This will be his final chance. He will be followed by the Alfa Romeo of... Is that Van Vieren? Yes, it is Van Vieren. Followed by the Red Bull of Skull Razor, starting a new hot lap now. Yellow flags down in sector 3, down in sector...
Prego had a good exit on the last corner. Let's see if he's improved.
Prego currently 11, 12, and that's good enough for P2.
P2, yeah, this P2.
Pushes the mechanic off the first grid of this Grand Prix. Currently running in P2.
See.
Right, spectating.
Mechanic done a 112.1.
The mechanic
very nice.
on new provisional pole on a 1 minute 12.1. Will the toy be able to answer this? No, he won't. His qualifying is over. Prego Roll.
I don't think Prego is going to do another lap.
Right, Skull Razor. He is currently improving. Running on a purple sector 2. Can he keep it together into the final sector? Running close to the car in front of him. Right. Can
Prego
Skull
is on the
Razor.
lap, yeah.
Skull Razor into the final corner, down the main straight he goes. 1 minute 9, 10, 11, 12, good enough for P4. And that's his qualifying over. We will be spectating New Avenger, currently running 2.5 tenths up on his time. Will this be an improvement? He will have to put up a very good final sector if he wants to jump his car up the order. Time is ticking. Down the main straight he goes. 1 minute 10, 11, 12, 13. No improvements by him. That's his qualifying over. And that will be your starting grid for this Grand Prix. The mechanic on pole position in Zandvoort.
Let's go, boys.
I had my predictions completely wrong because we've got It's JD in P10 and we've got Beans in P14. So yeah, I think this is going to make for a very, very exciting race.
But as we have seen before, guys, it's one thing putting your car on pole position. It's another thing to convert that pole into a race win.
That's true.
That is your qualifying over.
Okay, I'm excited for this race.
Sparkplug, run us through the order.
Right, so you have the mechanic on pole position, following by the Toy, Pregerol, Skullraiser, Van Vieren, Dominant Tracer, Tybolt, New Avenger, Firehawk, JD, Slayer, OTZ, Sniper, Where's the Beans, Carefree, Dan Tyler, Sucky Biener, Striking Chief, and in the last place, the Dark Fox with his last position that Dented said he must get for a challenge.
And let's see, and watch out, look out for Dark Fox. He will be looking to jump his car up the order, and it'll be interesting to see how many overtakes he will have to make before he pushes his car into the top 5.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting race.
Gentlemen, any predictions from your side?
Well, I think I'm going to give my prediction. It might be one of the top 5s, but let's see what's going to happen with the first sector actually in this race. Because when was it, last night we had a massive incident there, and we had a safety car there, if I can remember correctly.
We had one safety car and one virtual safety car last night in CR1. Hopefully the safety cars will not bother us too much.
I see we've had 3 people leaving the session, 4 people.
Carefree also.
Yeah, I think this might have to be like last night where we had a lobby restart.
JD also, JD joined.
JD's joined.
I don't hope so, let's see. Let's keep our Discord close by.
Who did we lose there?
We are moments away from lights out. Fire. Right, guys. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. We are set to go racing now. We have a lot of drivers with drive-through penalties, jumping the gun, a lot of drivers ghosting. And guys, I believe this will have to be a lobby restart.
Also believe that.
As I'm looking at the incidents right now, the predicted strategies to meet the people on the mediums will be looking to push for 16 to 20 laps. But I believe we will have to have a lobby restart. Let's see who's ghosted.
Carefree Ball and Tybolt is ghosted.
Giatozi, MGST ghosted. Carefree
JD.
Ghosted. JD ghosted. Sucky Biener. And I do believe this will have to be a lobby restart again.
Yeah, I think let's get this lobby rerun and then we can just put it in the qualifying orders.
People in chat, do apologize for this happening once again. We will be back momentarily with a new lobby to get this Grand Prix underway.